Greetings! In this video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison between the Rider Tarot deck and the Tarot of Marseilles deck. Now, the Tarot of Marseilles deck is an older style of deck. I think this particular deck that I have here originally was printed in 1750, something like that. And of course, the Rider Waite comes out of the beginning of the 20th century, around the early 1900s. So the style of the Tarot of Marseilles is actually quite a bit older than the Rider Waite. And when we take a look at them, which we'll do right now, we'll see that there are definitely some similarities between the two decks. So let's remove the boxes. And we'll just flip through some of the sample cards. I'll cover the major arcana and then give you a little bit of a look at what the smaller cards look like. But here we have the Fool. And of course, Rider Waite, yeah, the traditional Fool. And the Tarot of Marseilles, looks kind of like a classical Joker type Fool. And instead of having a small dog running at his feet, this guy, he's unfortunate. He's got a dog kind of like ripping at the seat of his pants. So, yeah, different look and feel to the Fool there. It looks like in the Tarot of Marseilles, this Fool is definitely in a little bit of trouble. Now, the next card is the Magician. And, of course, Rider Waite, the Magician, guy pointing his wand up into the air as if he's directing energy. Here, with the Tarot of Marseilles, don't really have that exact same symbolism. Here, instead, we see the Magician just kind of laying out his tools on a table and looking at his tools and kind of taking stock. So, yeah, a little different there. The High Priestess. In the Tarot of Marseilles, I believe the name is the female pope or the popess, but it's kind of like the same as the High Priestess, just from a different perspective. And see the similarities here. The female pope has the Book of the Law on her lap, and of course the High Priestess, Torah, the metaphysical Book of the Law, is partially concealed and partially visible on her lap. So again, a little deeper symbology actually, I think, with the Rider Waite deck compared to the Tarot of Marseilles. And we got the Empress. You can see some similarities there as well as some differences. The Emperor. The Hierophant. I think in the Tarot of Marseilles here he's called the Pope. The Hierophant, La Papa. Either one. The Lovers. Some definite similarities here. The Chariot. Yeah, here in this side-by-side review, you can see clearly that the Rider Waite deck was definitely inspired by the older Tarot of Marseilles. It's just that Waite took his symbology quite a bit deeper. Strength. Here's called Le Force, or Strength. The Hermit. Pretty similar cards there. The Wheel of Fortune. Known in the Tarot of Marseilles simply as the Wheel. There's the Justice card. Again, I mean, yeah, very, very similar. The Hanged Man. Death. Some differences there in Death. Death here is naked. Looks like Death is hastily burying some people that probably died of the plague. And here Death is wearing armor. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. Yeah, definitely some good similarities there. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. So yeah, you can see where these cards are pretty much one definitely based on the other. Now the difference here is when you get to the small cards. Small cards are not very ornate compared to the Rider Waite. Here is the Ace of Cups. Very plain, very basic. Here we have the Ace of Swords. Pretty basic. Now this is where the Tarot of Marseilles gets pretty interesting, is when you get to like the 2s and the 3s. This is the Two of Swords. And it's just like kind of like a standard playing card. You can see the 2 there, you can see the suit of swords. What's interesting here is it's kind of hard to tell. Is it right side up? Is it upside down? There I would say it's kind of upside down, but with some of the Tarot of Marseilles cards, it's really hard to tell. And a lot of readers that use the Tarot of Marseilles, they don't really worry about reversed meanings. They just give all upright meanings. Because with a lot of the Tarot of Marseilles cards, it's difficult to see. Is the darn thing right side up, or is it upside down? So that's a major difference right there between the Rider Tarot deck and the Tarot of Marseilles, is that the numbered cards are pretty basic. They're almost like modern day playing cards, just of an older, much older vintage. So there you have it. There is a side-by-side comparison of the Rider Waite and the Tarot of Marseilles. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm planning to do a few more videos comparing other tarot decks to the Rider Waite. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do so, and also turn on the notification bell so that way when I add new material, you'll be the first to know. So until later, this is Ralph signing out. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you again later on. Thanks a lot.